Alright, welcome back to Super Sentai Review episode 486. We're here reviewing episodes 40 to 43 of Boonboomger. Excuse me. The next episode will be the last one. I will definitely cover the last 5 episodes. I'm going to watch them tonight and finish up tomorrow. And you might be thinking, now, I revealed a while ago that my next Sentai after this one was going to be Zoologer, which that's still the plan. But before I do that, the plan is, for me, I'm going to go through the second seasons of both for My Jobs of Journaling and Solo Leveling, and then I'm going to start a brand new method. I've never done this before. I thought of it recently, where I watch this many episodes of this series, and then hold it off there, and then do the same amount of the other one, go back and forth, and then when I go on break, and then when I come back, I'll basically finish basically on the same period of time with each other. Yes, but the first series I'm going to start with is going to be my first Ultra series this year, Return of Ultraman, which that should be interesting. I'm working on that one alongside with Kamen Rider Agato. You're thinking, how the heck are you going to do that? Simple. I'm going to start by doing 2 episodes of both series until they're both on break. And then when I come back, basically, I'll do like half many episodes first for Agato. And then basically same thing for Return of Ultraman. And then basically I'll eventually finish both series around the same period of time with each other, which shouldn't take very long. That's basically what's method going at this point forward. Some series will be really short, per se, but not all of them. But in the case of these 4 episodes, 40 is simply put this. It's an episode where it focuses on a kid basically who's a fan of Boonboomger, who basically wants to learn under Bun Blue, but Shiro basically has nothing to do with this at all. So Joe, apparently he knows he's Bun Black, and there's like Maria's there who is Bun Pink and Bun Violet, and nope, have it either Bun Blue or Black for some reason. Why these two? Not really sure. So then we're going to take heroics. It's all about lesson basically about making mistakes or secrets embarrassing per se. That's kind of the gist of episode 40. And aside from the fact we get a little bit of development with Joe in the episode, where apparently he did something. He accidentally burned a policeman's jacket because it was cold, but he apologized for it. And yeah, he did do it. He apologized and would do it again. And well, the guy who did it too accepted the apology because basically he was trying to do a good thing, just that he kind of went about the wrong way. So he wasn't punished for it per se, but it was nice the fact he made his mistake. And nice that basically Joe was not affected by the whole mistakes thing. Similar with the money thing. Yeah. In the case of, but that's kind of it for episode 40. 41 basically is about supported. It's called Supported Back. This is simply put the titular sports episode. This time a soccer-based episode. Well, I thought this was ingenious in here, where it's like, we have where the guy who runs the soccer league, and he wants to sell it out to the Galaxy version. Like, can we bring it Earth? Yeah, that means 1 million gasoline. So they have this really cool soccer game with him changing fields. Eventually put Boonboomger to win. And also during this, Bun Violet gets his own champion jacket. Which, about time, in episode 41, even though these jackets were introduced in episode 33. Why in the world it took so long, don't really know. But of course, Monsters defeated when he's basically giant playing soccer, and they win by 1 point. They win 3-2 in a game of soccer. Yep. In the case of 43, this is a very, actually not 43. 43 is, I'll get back to that. 42. This one in particular, 42 is basically, a Christmas episode. And here's the thing. So, Spinner wants to get his hands on, by the way, there's also a subplot here where Shibu basically is trying to investigate something wrong with the higher ups, but she's not getting anywhere with her friend. And of course, also, well, and this whole thing is about being Christmassy and spending one hands on Santa Claus like he wants him, but they can't let him because he's busy, obviously. Yes. And given this episode 42 aired like roughly 10 months ago. Yeah, it's been almost a year since this episode aired. Yep. Yep. So, it's a really good Christmas message. It's all about, and of course, the monster are turning presents to trash. And Isuke, one of the lean, lucky Sunseeders, basically tells the Rangers, destroy him because he ruined her book that Bun Red gave her. But she doesn't know the fact he's Bun Red for some reason. He's like, oh, transform into the champion's jacket, which is really cool. And then she basically just activates Toya's jacket and uses her own cats to destroy her own monster that she created. Yes. Oh, it's a fantastic episode 42. Now, 43, the best way to describe 43 is a prologue to the end game, because the end of this episode sets up the end of the series. Well, and a Boonboomger, that is. Yep. So in this episode, where initially their plan, and of course, basically, Bun Blue is basically hiding from them for some reason. And then, of course, they're drawn and opened by a monster whose whole thing is about treasure. Yes, when I saw this monster, he reminded me a lot of the monster scene from, believe it or not, and like his appearance reminded me a lot of a monster from Kiroger. Yeah, I remember there was one like this, but now here's the weird thing about this guy. He is by far the first monster. We don't see the ignition thing. Basically, the creation just randomly shows up, stealing treasures, and of course, Bun Blue, basically, it's like, okay, he's kind of joined the side of the bad guys, so you want to lock a treasure? So he takes his Boom Boom charger, throws it, and locks in the treasure chest. Meanwhile, though, a certain man in a blue jacket is watching this. We'll find out in a bit who this is, because it is surprising he showed up here, given the fact that he last appeared 3 years right after this episode. Yeah. So, and of course, basically, Suyo turns on them by pointing his gun at them, even shooting Bun Violet, well, basically near the feet. And yeah, he's shooting the bad guys for reasons. And and then basically, when all hope was lost, all of a sudden, Gokai Blue shows up. Yep, it's Joe from Gokaiger. I'll talk about basically the jacket, because the jacket is talked about as one interesting one. So he shows up and actually turns into a Boonboomger. Basically takes back the morpher that, well, this thing stole. And he just transforms into a Ranger Key. Yes, a Ranger Key. And they battle the monster that way, and eventually go giant size. And then he summons the Gokai Galleon Key, which, this is, for me anyways, first time I've ever seen this damn thing. Which, of course, results in basically Bun Violet's sword becoming the Gokai Galleon. Which, from what I read, apparently the suit for this thing was not able to be used for some reason. So, they rendered it in CG. Yep, they did. And they eventually beat the monster, and, well, then, of course, the guy, of course, you get a close look at his jacket. Now, before we talk more about this, no, the jacket's basically like, yeah, so the jacket itself It's the same jacket used in Gokaiger. Yep, Flyer. This is the same one, and it was planned to give us. So that was a substitute one, because this one was falling apart. Like, it was peeling. Like, they say it had been used in 14 years. I'm like, that's interesting. Given the fact it was probably also used, maybe used different jacket for the previous appearance part of this, which was the 10th anniversary of Gokaiger. They say 14 years, so I'm assuming possibly the last time he may have used it was maybe Superior Attention, maybe? I'm guessing at that. Yeah. So, yep, and of course basically it was all a ploy. And then the episode ends by Bun revealing, oh crap, Toya's money has been seized by Lightning Tech. Dun dun dun. Yep. Joe's appearance here is interesting, and this is by far his most recent appearance to date. Yeah, he previously appeared in the 10th anniversary movie for Gokaiger, which I still need to see. He also appeared in a couple other things per se. Like, after Gokaiger wrapped up, he appeared in pretty much like 3 straight movies. He appeared in the two tension movies, along with Gokaiger vs. Goldbusters. Then he appeared in Zoology, with them discussed in the future. The opening episode of 4-week continuous super special Sentai Strongest Battle. Of course, also appearing in a couple other movies, and they appeared here. And this is today his most recent appearance to date. And I gotta admit, basically and those of you curious, how old is the actor? The actor is, I kid you not, he is 35. Oh, here's something interesting though. He actually was the character Epishi from One Piece film Red. Yeah, he was one of the pirates for that one. He was also in Godzilla -1 as Shiro Mishima. Yeah, he appeared in that one. He also is apparently the protagonist in Ultraman Rising, Ken Sato. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, and also he's married. Yep, married to a woman named Nasi Nashido. And she is currently 31 years old. She actually appears in Shin Kamen Rider as, well, pretty much in the way she's basically the Wasp Lady monster. Yep, she's basically that one. Like, that's interesting. Yes. And apparently he just got married to this woman just last year, which good on him for doing that. Mm-hmm. Oh, and by the way, in case some of you are very curious, is this woman very pretty? Oh, yes. Yes, she is. She's very pretty. So, do I consider him a lucky man? Marry a pretty lady? Yes, I do. Oh, heck yes, I do. Yep. It is interesting, though, the fact that they actually just, like, you probably would think, basically, based upon his appearance here, like, did it feel kind of random that they, now, of the 3 legendary Sentai actors they included in the show, first it was Sosuke, and then it was, well, they included 2 of the Tokugers, 1 and 6, and now Joe. Like, Sosuke was obvious, the fact he was going to appear in the show. Yeah, his appearance was very necessary, and great idea in the casting, basically, for that one. And Tokuger, the only reason why they decided to do that for him was because it's been 10 years since Tokuger. Obviously. Mm-hmm. That's the only reason why they decided to do the Tokuger follow-up, was because it's been 10 years since Tokuger. That was the only reason why. In the case of Joe from Gokaiger, like, it's been like 12 years at this when this episode aired, which it aired. I think actually this air started this year. I think it was this episode. Yeah, the very start of this very year, basically back in January. So, like, interesting. Yeah, basically 43 is an episode that aired roughly 9 months ago. And, yeah. Now, in the case of Joe being here, it's mostly put the further along the story. He does not appear again after this. No, he does not. The reason? Not really sure why. He just doesn't. It just says he's here to... Well, I also appreciate, though, that Benori knew who he was. And this is the second time that he apparently knows who someone is, despite the fact we've never seen Steven Kaiser before. And by the way, not the first time this has happened in this series where we have characters from two different series interacting with each other, and in this one, and you're like, wait, they know each other? Where? First it was the case with the Go On Wings with the Railroad Commander from Q Ranger, and then it's Barry with Engine Speeder, and now Joe. I believe there was a storyline reason he was here, but it almost kind of felt like, oh crap, it's Joe. Which I bet some people probably curious, like, why Joe and not why not Marvelous? My guess is probably because the actor wasn't able, at least he was mentioned this episode. I guess got to praise the fact the actor brought him up. Not by names, like, oh yeah, he's Cap basically. And they said they used to be famous. Does that mean that they're retired? Not really sure, though. But could I see him come back? Oh, heck yes, definitely. Yeah. Like I said, I do appreciate him show up here. So, basically, there's that. Also, they do get a follow up to the Boonboomger movie. Yes, they do. Where the princess movie, Nicola Kedor, where apparently, okay, so Joe was there to deliver her pendant to them. Basically, it just confirmed the fact, yeah, the movie is canon to the series, so good on basically for the follow-up of this. Like, interesting though they did this, like, at the timing for this. Like, I think the reason why they decided to do this at this point of the series, probably because the movie was just released on Blu-ray the month prior. That's probably the reason why that they decided to do it. But great on basically good continuity on that part. Oh yeah, definitely. I do appreciate the continuity with this, so there's that. Yep. But not much else to say about these episodes. They are really good. I'm looking forward to the remaining 5 episodes. I'm kind of working on episode 44, so I'll probably keep this up tomorrow. Okay? So yeah, that's a good review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe to notifications. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.